Hello, my name is Alan, and I'm with I Wanna Solutions, where we build your business a website that gets you found. And today we're going to be discussing a somewhat hot topic, maybe not as much as it used to be, but still is an ongoing question, and that is regarding the content management system. Well, depending on who you're talking to, the content management system called WordPress. A lot of people hear about WordPress. They see, oh, it's a great, tool for building websites, but they're curious about, one, if it's so great, is it easy? Is it hard? What can I do with it? Well, that's a lot of different questions that deserve each their very own video. But today we're going to discuss one thing, and that thing is how to install WordPress. So basically how to get started. Now this is the thing, a lot of the videos, I notice a lot of videos out there assume you already have some knowledge of, web hosts and so forth. We're going to assume that you don't know diddly squat. We're going to start you from square one. All you need to know is how to use the internet, how to use a computer, and you will be able to create a basic or install a basic WordPress instance. And that's what we're going to help you with today. So it's not going to take too long, maybe 15-20 minutes at the most. But anyway, it's going to be time well spent, because you're going to be doing something that a lot of people don't know how to do, and that's how to get a website started. It may not look like the I Wanna Solutions website. We put a lot of work in that, and by the way, it was built with WordPress as well. But it'll be a start in the right direction, so that you can, get to the point of creating your own site, designing, and, just exploring the whole world of web design through a content management system like or blogging platform like WordPress. All right, so let's get started. Enough with the chit chat. I'm going to be using a host, as I stated, that is free. Now, once you do more production stuff, I recommend you get a platform or web host, particularly like Bluehost, or there's a lot of different. I like Bluehost. I use Bluehost because they have a lot of good security measures built in, and they have 24-hour support, 24/7 support, which is something that I like. I can call with them at any time with any issues that I have. So that's why I like them. But today we're going to use a free host, and that's called X10 hosting. It's been around since I can remember, and it's pretty darn good. If you can't see it, this is it right here. All right, X10 hosting, and it's x10hosting.com. I just googled it. You can type it in directly if you want. And this is their website, and it's really simple. We're just gonna click on create my account. Create my account, and we're going to create a domain. I want to name, you can name it whatever you like. Name mine I Wanna. Yours can be Billy, whatever. It'll tell you what's available. You can also choose the main domain. We're using a subdomain, but the main domain you can choose as well what you want it to be. I'm just going to leave it as x10host.com and I Wanna, and I'm going to click continue. Okay, I got to put in my email address. There you go. You'll put in your main email address that you want to use to create your account. Okay, we'll create a password. Don't look. All right, I created my password. View the terms of service. When you get a chance, you can always read this. They have rules about what you can and can't post on the site. Make sure you're not breaking any rules, or they will ban you. Okay. They said check your inbox and click here to continue. So I'm looking at my phone, and I did get an email. And I need to confirm. So I'm gonna take a break and check my email. In the meantime, you can check your email as well and click the link in that email to activate your account. Okay, just for the record, I'm going to show you a preview of what that email should look like. It'll have email confirmation in the subject line, and Extend Hosting, you see email confirmation, and it'll have a link, and it says we need you to confirm this email address in order to get started with your web hosting account. So you just click that link. And it tells you email confirmation, your account has been confirmed. Continue. Okay, please stand by. We're creating your free hosting account. It takes about 60 seconds. Here's a refresh button if you like something to click on. Well, I do like to click things. Okay, we gotta wait. Okay, it's ready now. So it's telling us that we're ready. Yes, we are. We've been waiting for a few seconds. And it's telling us that we can move on. Our account is all set. And it says if you have any questions or run into any problems, feel free to get in touch with them using the help messenger at the bottom right. All right. I'm excited. Are you excited? Let's get started. Okay, they want to know my first name. And you want to do the same thing too. And then you click continue. Okay, they told us that they have updated our account. Continue again. There's my domain. Open cPanel. Now this is one of the things that I like about Extend Hosting compared to a lot of the other free hosting. A lot has changed now, but there was a period of time where cPanel wasn't used as much. And cPanel is, to me, one of the better control panels for web hosting. And Extend Hosting was one of the proud that actually had it. And once you start using it, you'll love it. Okay, so here you go. You have my websites. A lot of this stuff is new to me, only because I haven't used Extend Hosting in a while. As I stated from my main account, I typically use Bluehost, but the setup for most hosting accounts are the same. So let's go through with the setup process. My websites. It is telling us a website is a presence on the web, a personal blog, forum, your community, yada yada yada. Information about your brick and mortar business, or even a home for your development project. It is yours to do whatever you like with. To create a website today using our easy-to-use software installer, our site builder, or by manually editing or uploading your website files. Okay, now we can create one, but we don't want to do the script because there's a quick option where it can just use like a script. We can install it, and let's see, it may have WordPress in there. Yeah, see, WordPress is there, but we don't. That's the quick option. We want to do the nitty gritty. We want to really know, what's being involved when we install it. So we're going to do custom website, and move this down a little bit. Just give it a name. All right. Let's see. Name of our website is going to be demo site. And you can type that in as well. Let's add a website by clicking add. It says, congratulations, your new administrative website has been created. The website is now listed under my websites. As you see, everything. Also, by the way, whenever you create a website, for the most part, everything is going to be put in a folder called public HTML. Most sites that are running today use what is called Apache, and that's the server application. And that server application puts all your web files in a folder called public HTML, just like you put all your files in My Documents. Usually on most Windows computers, most servers that run Apache put all their web documents in a folder called public HTML. It's like the My Documents of the web hosting world. Okay. All right. So let's continue to my websites. All right. And this is all of the websites. And if you click on this, it should take us, yes, it took us to basically where our website is. Right now, we don't have anything in it. That's why it's showing index of CGI bin. That's like a default directory for most web hosts that gets created, but there's nothing there. It's just a white page. And you see our domain is in the address bar right there, but there's nothing there. So let's go back. Yeah, I think I created a new tab under my website. Just click on that. Okay, we're back at that. We have file manager, FTP users, manage email. We don't need to mess with any of those. We're going to be going into the file manager later. As you can see, this is what it looks like. This is your folder. See, with public HTML, the main web hosting folder. There's nothing there. So let's get WordPress. Now that we created an account, let's go and download WordPress so we can install it. So I'm going to create a new tab here, and I want to type in WordPress.org. And you should be able to see that. WordPress.org. Okay. And hit enter. Okay, we at the WordPress site. A lot of good stuff reading. But we just want to get to the nitty gritty and download WordPress. WordPress 4.2.2. It's the latest version. Let's download. And we're going to download it. I'm using the Mac. You're going to want to download this in an area that you can find fairly easily. I'm going to just download it to the folder to my download folder. Let me create a new folder. I want to create a new folder just so I know. WordPress files. All right, so I'm going to save this WordPress file. The WordPress, see, it's a zip file. I'm going to save it in my WordPress files folder. And it's downloaded. It finished downloading. And I'm going to bring up my files just to make sure that I actually downloaded. There's the folder called WordPress files. Yep, and it's right there. Okay, we download it. Just make sure you remember where you downloaded the file because you're going to need to bring it back up. So now that we download it, let's go back to our website tab. We should have left that open where you could see all of your files. Just go to File Manager, and we're going to upload a file. Now, this is the thing. Most developers will tell you that they don't like uploading things like, for instance, website files through a website, and that, files can get corrupted and people can, jump in on your connection and listen in. All that is true to a degree, but for the sake of a test, we're not going to worry about security as much. We just want to get this set up. So we're going to use the website uploader to upload these files. Okay. A lot of developers are going to tell you that you need to use FTP, and for the most part, or particularly a secure FTP connection. That is true, but this is not mission critical files. We're just playing around here. So you click upload files, and then you click choose files, and we're going to go to downloads. In my case, it depends on your computer where your files will be at. WordPress files. There's the zip file. Let's click on that. It's going to start to upload. You should see a little thing in the corner showing the progress of it, and it says complete. So we're going to go back, and now that it's complete, we're going to hit back to public HTML link right here. It might look a little different depending on the name of your file. Okay, there we have our zip file. Okay, so now we're going to right click on that, and we're going to click extract because this file is a zip file. As you most likely know, zip files is a collection of files put together. In order to view or edit them, we need to extract them first. So let's hit extract, and we're going to leave that as default. Let it extract to the folder that it's in. Hit extract, hit close. Now it created, I wanted it to extract to this main folder, but it basically created a new folder called WordPress. So what we're going to do is go into the WordPress folder, click select all, click on move files. The box comes up, backspace WordPress. So what it's going to do is going to move all these files into the main public HTML directory, _HTML directory. Hit move files pretty fast. It moves everything from here, and now see, we see all the files in there. Okay. All right. So now if we go back to that tab we have of our website, see, in this case it's iwanna.x10host.com or whatever your domain was, go to it and hit enter or refresh. Now, there we go. It has a little configuration set up for WordPress. So we're in the right direction. Okay, so big chunk of what we need to do to get WordPress installed is done. So let's start on with the fun graphical stuff. Okay, we're gonna choose English unless you are Dutch and you would choose the relative language. So hit continue, and it's going to tell you WordPress is going to give you a little introductory information. It says, welcome to WordPress. Before getting started, we need some information on the database. You will need to know the following items before proceeding. So yeah, that's one of the things about WordPress. It's not like your grandma's website back in the day where they just had HTML files. There was just pictures and text. No, WordPress is a lot more than that. It's a blogging platform that uses a database to store all kinds of information. So we need to set up a database before we can move ahead. Okay? So let's set up that database. I'll show you how to do that now. Alright, so to create our database, just go back to our My Websites tab. You should have kept it open. If you closed it, you're going to need to log in back to X10 hosting, but that shouldn't be a problem. You should have the tab still open. All right, and you want to go, once you go to My Websites, you want to go to at the top it says databases. You should be able to see that right there, databases, and you click in. All right, so it's going to give you some options. You don't have any databases right now, so we're going, the free account allows you to have 2. Let's add a database, and we got to give it a name. It has a prefix on it. We can't change that. We're just adding basically the suffix to it, I guess. That's what that would be called. We're going to name it demo site. Then click add database. It should refresh. There's our database right there. Right now we're going to click on settings. On the settings, that's a little gear. We're going to click manage users. Okay, there's no users. Now in order for WordPress to connect to a database, it has to be able to log into that database. In order to log into that database, it has to log in with the user. So let's create a user. So click on add user to database. We're going to give him a name. Gonna name it, no, not demo, admin. Name that user admin. Give it a simple password like I stated. There's no need to do a complicated one because this is just a test. Click on add new database user. Now it's loading. It's a bug, I think, with X10 where it just hangs. So give it about 15 seconds. If it doesn't go away in 15 seconds, just hit exit. Okay, this is fine. It's just a little bug. We need to talk to X10 about why this is doing this. I'm not sure, but just click the X and it's going to go ahead and create the user. So you could just refresh the page. All right, you're not going to see the user, but if you do add user to database, you'll now see existing user, and you'll see that user that we already just created there. And under add existing user to database, click on it, and it's going to ask you what privileges do you want to give this user. So basically you're saying, what can this user do to this database? Well, because WordPress is doing a bunch of things, for the sake of this test, we're just going to give it all. Certain situations you may not want to give it all, but in this case we want to give it all privileges. Okay, click update privileges. Get that word out. All right, it's going to pretty much do the same thing it did before. Okay, great. It didn't hang. And now you see successfully set up privileges for i1x1_admin. So now that we have our database set up, you can go back and, okay, we see our database right there. We can go back to our WordPress setup, which should be open in another tab. And we're going to go and do let's go. And we're going to enter the database name. If you remember, if you go back, the database name is iwanna_demo site. You have to include all of that. So we want to include that as the database name. The username, we created that, so let's go back to that. Click on the little gear, manage users, get the database name, and we're going to copy and paste it. All right, admin, I copied that. Password, remember you put in, we're supposed to create a real simple password. There, okay, there's my password. Okay, under database host, leave it localhost. Okay, most web hosts you use to install WordPress on, you can leave it localhost. Unless the database is remotely somewhere else, you will put in the host name or whatever the name of your server is. But in this case, because everything's on the same machine, leave it localhost. On the table prefix, now by default it's going to put WP. Now my whole thing is teaching people to do it right the first time. This prefix can be anything. It's a way of labeling things in the database. It's a much more complicated explanation for that, but for the sake of time and simplicity, it's just a way of labeling things for the database, identifying marker. But the thing is, because hackers try to hack your site, if they see this when they do certain types of funky little scans, it tells them that you're using WordPress, which you don't really want to happen. I mean, there's other ways of them finding out that you're using WordPress, but for security purposes, I always recommend changing this to something random that somebody might not find out as easily or guessed. And if they can't guess it, it'll make it a little harder for them to hack into your site. I mean, there's 100 different ways for them to hack into your site. This is just one small way of protecting yourself. Extra layer of protection, as it were. So I just changed it to something random. It doesn't have to be long, just something, a couple of digits and numbers, letters. Just use numbers and letters. I don't know if you can use symbols. I never really tried, but just use some letters or numbers and hit submit. All right, guys, we're almost there. Now it's telling us that it was able to connect. All right, Spark, you've made it through this part of installation. WordPress can now communicate with your database. So at this point, we've done the hard part, and WordPress is telling us we're all good to go. They want to run the install, so click run the install. It's going to go through its little motions. Now it says welcome to the famous 5-minute WordPress installation process. Just fill out the information below. Okay, so let's create a site title. We're going to name, you can name it whatever you want your demo site to be named. I'm going to name mine demo site. And username, just create a username. That's what you're going to use to log in. In this case, the username we're going to use is Big Bill. All right, I'm putting in my password. Yeah, I know I'm using a weak password, but this is just a test. So put in your email. All right, and And the privacy says allow search engines to index the site. Yeah, for the most part, unless you're building a site that you don't want Google to know about, always check allow search engines to index this site, okay? And then there's a button below, install WordPress. Just click that. It's gonna go through its little nitty gritty motion. And we wait. All right, success. WordPress has been installed. Were you experiencing more steps or disappointed? Yes, I was disappointed. Let's log in. Remember our username and our password. We can enter that. We're logging into the back end of the website, okay? That's where we do all the changing the word pages and pictures and the great stuff to make a website what it is. Okay, so we're going to click login. Unless I did something wrong, we should be able to log in. And there we are. This is the dashboard. This is the dashboard where all the work or the magic happens, as it were, okay? It's kind of basic. This is what a WordPress site looks in from the back, and this is where you add pages, as you can see, and all that good stuff. We're not going to really get into that on this video. My next video will discuss more about how to add pages, how to edit pages, and how to make the site look like a website. Let's look at the front end. That's going to be important. Look at the front end. Basically, all you do is hover over to where it says the name of your site, which is in my case demo site. Click on visit site, and it'll take me to the front end. And there we go. This is what the website right now is, kind of a blog looking website. It's going to look. This is how it's going to look to the world. As you see, there's iwanna.x10.com, and you can type that in any browser, and this is what they're going to see. And you basically have installed WordPress. You have done what a lot of people are too afraid to do. You just have done it with no experience creating websites. You didn't even have a web hosting account. We took care of all of that. Basically, every excuse was eliminated. All right. So this is the first step in a series of a lot of videos I'm going to be doing, helping you get to your website success. Of course, if you have a business and you don't really feel up to doing this, you can use my service, the service I provide at iwanna Solutions, which is to make websites that help you get found. You can check me out, iwanna.website. That's no .com, just simply iwanna, iwanna.website, website, and check out my services. Very affordable. But for those who are techies and want to tinker, want to do something themselves, well, that's what this video is for. So look out for the next videos coming in the next couple of days on the next thing, which we'll probably delve more into how to add pages, how to add content, other than this hello world stuff. Okay, guys, sounds good. I'm signing off now. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please put them in the comment box. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe. Take care. Have fun.